Today, I'm on a quest to become the world's best mercenary manager. Starting at the lower leagues of world football, we have to accept a new job every season until we eventually, hopefully, win a Champions League title. But along the way, I'm going to be a true mercenary. We have to steal one player from our former club. And to start, we're off to my home nation of Australia. And if we're going to Australia, we have to go with my favorite club, the Western Sydney Wanderers. And there's only one man that I want as the mercenary manager. Jose Mourinho is our guy today. So here is the default starting 11 we have at the Western Sydney Wanderers, reunited with Juan Mata. I still can't believe that he plays for the Wanderers. But our goal for this year and every year is to finish as high as possible in our 1 year at a club so that when the job offers come at the end of the season, we can move up the footballing world. I'm trying to get into the European leagues as quick as possible, moving up in prestige. I don't want to be going from Australia to like the Irish League or something like that. And for me, this first season, well, basically every season is about improving the baseline of the overalls of the club. This objective is truly a sprint rather than trying to sign wonder kids. So we're picking ourselves up a big improvement at the defensive midfielder role. It is the Canadian Samuel Petit, or rather Samuel Piet, joining us from Montreal, £900,000 for a 70 rated defensive midfielder. But having one season means I got to be cutthroat about selling players as well. Gabriel Clare, the right back, heading to Bolton. Right in to get his right back upgrade, it is An Hyun Byom from the Korean League. That's a +7 upgrade at the right back role. Look, there's one more signing I want to make, but we have scraps when it comes to our transfer budget. So I've resorted to selling our 4-string goalkeeper, Tiger Harper, for £160,000. That's how desperate we are for money right now. I wanted to sell Joshua Laws so that I could sign a higher rated centre back. It's deadline day. We haven't been able to do that. So I'm going for my lower tier wanting of a signing. It is still a good upgrade at the centre back role. The Englishman, Matty Pearson, joining us from Huddersfield. And so this is the Western Sydney Wanderers side we roll into battle with. This is a very good side for A-League standards, and I'm hopeful that we can have a brilliant season, improve our stock as a manager, and get some big offers at the end of season 1. And I also hope we can win the A-League with the Wanderers since we haven't done it in club history yet. This isn't going to hurt our stocks at all. 3rd in the A-League. We go into the playoffs. Luckily, the A-League is decided in a playoff structure, so we finish 3rd in the league now. Sydney FC top of the league though, which I don't want to see. Wanderers' 2 biggest rivals are ahead of us, but we do take down the Southwestern Sydney club, the club trying to encroach on our territory, MacArthur. We take them down, so we're into the semi-finals where we go out to the Melbourne Victory, who lose in the Big Blue, Sydney FC winning the A-League. The big question though is who we're going to bring along with us next season, and I think Nicholas Milanovic has made a huge case for it to be him. One of the younger guys, one of the higher rated guys, and the Golden Boot winner at the Wanderers. But all that's going to come down to where we get a job offer from. And it looks like all of the jobs we can go for are in Switzerland. I said I wanted to get to, Melbourne City as well. So Melbourne City's in the mix, but I don't want to stay in the A-League. We could go to the Arsenal Women's Club, but I think Switzerland is the best opportunity. And I'm going to apply for the FC Basel job. They've got Zerdan Shaqiri. I would love to go from Juan Mata to Shaqiri. Let's see if we can get the FC Basel job. Come on, lads. We've been accepted. We've been offered the FC Basel job. We're making a big move already here in this mercenary rebuild off to Switzerland. And I can't lie, fellas, this is a bigger jump than I expected to be making. I thought a club in the Swiss league like Basel would probably be our 3rd or 4th club, but for it to be our 2nd is a blessing. We need to make the most of the momentum we have right now. Into season number 2, FC Basel, club number 2. This is the lineup we have. Definitely an upgrade from the Wanderers, but I don't know if we're going to win a Champions League title this year. I was convinced though I was going to go in for Milanovic, but we have so many left wingers and left midfielders and players that can play there that are at the same overall, if not higher than Milanovic, so I might have to have a bit of course correction. You know what? Screw it. I'm bringing Milanovic over. I want to cause some chaos this year, and I think it kind of makes sense. He's 73 overall. We get him on a cheap contract with 12 months left on his deal. And you look at it, we paid 2.3 mil for him. He's a year older and only 1 overall less than Traore, who probably has great potential, but has a value of 9 mil. I could sell him on, get decent money, and use that money towards upgrading other areas. Being at Basel, we have got so many more assets that we can sell on. I'm actually so happy I chose to come here. First man out, the Nigerian winger Philip Otele heading to Udinese. But it is the big cash injection coming in here for Traore. This could be viewed as a very controversial move for me, but I'm happy I made it. Benny Traore, we get £13 million for him. I'm pumped about that. If this was a long-term career mode, a long-term rebuild, might not have been the smartest move, but for now, I'm happy with what I've done. Take a shot every time I've said happy this season. And our 4th-string centre-back, Kormas, we get just shy of 2 mil for him. I want all of my signings to catch the attention of the Swiss national media. And our right-back signing of Marcus Holmgren Pedersen is going to do just that. Stealing from one of our Swiss league rivals for a centre midfield signing Inu Grinic. There is still one more position I think we can improve this transfer window though. And that is going to be centre-back. We're going to sell Barisic to Estudiantes just shy of 4 mil and have instead reinvested that money into the American centre-back, Austin Trusty. We've struck up a deal with Brendan Rodgers to bring him across from Glasgow for 7 mil. This team could be anything, lads. The addition we have made have all boosted the overall of the squad so much, and I think it's a no-brainer. We want that Swiss title for ourselves this year. I want the Swiss League, and I want to get a big 5 league move next year. I'm not sure if that was the correct order of words, but we struggle to speak English these days. But a move to a top 5 European league would be incredible. At least a club that has Champions League football next year would be awesome. Because for this year, we're in the Conference League. If we could win the Conference League, I'm sure that would boost up our manager prestige. But for now, I'm just focused on getting the best job possible for next year, which also figuring out which player I can steal as a mercenary. 2nd in the regular season, but I should have gone to BSC Young Boys. I should have applied for the Young Boys job. I didn't want to go to Young Boys because I've already used them in a rebuild recently. I wanted a fresh start on Basel, but that might have sacrificed a bit of our growth this year. We finished 2nd in the league in the regular season, and in the playoffs, we actually dropped down to 3rd. We've dropped down to 3rd in the playoffs, so we might have even missed out on Conference League football for Basel next year. I mean, it's not the end of the world because we're not going to be here, but it might affect our job prospects. Conference League, we finished 12th though, so I think that puts us into the playoffs. It did, and we have gone out in the playoffs to Fiorentina. Fiorentina ended up losing to Manchester United at the end of the season. And we didn't win the Swiss Cup either. The one positive, we've had a lot of players do really well. Milanovic again, doesn't go up in overall, but gets himself 12 goals again this year. Kevin Carlos, one of the big guys. Again, it's really going to depend on where we end up next year as to who I want to bring over. But there are 6 available jobs this year. Last season, there were 15. Belgian League, is it going to be its Swiss League? Belgian League, we could go to Bayern Munich's women team. Oh my God. All right, I think I'm going to go to Anderlecht. Came first in the Belgian League. But this really does feel like a sideward step. If anything, maybe a slight little increase, but at least it may spell Champions League football. Let's apply for the Anderlecht job. The Seattle Reign know that we're in the hunt for a new job. They want to bring us across, but I'm not doing that. Okay, I was a little worried that we wouldn't get accepted for it, but we are going to take the Anderlecht job. Season 3 sees Jose Mourinho heading to Belgium. Moving to Anderlecht is definitely a step in the right direction, though. We've got a much higher base squad. It's not a crazy jump up, but it is a jump up nonetheless. Some really talented players and a really healthy budget as well. But when it comes to the man that I want Kevin Carlos. I want to bring him across from Basel. I want to put a large chunk of our budget into bringing the Spaniard across. Let's see if we can get him for £17.5 million. They want a sell-on clause, which I'm actually not too upset about. But let's see if we can get ourselves the 17.5 here anyways. The sell-on clause won't affect us. We'll be long gone. And Basel are going to accept 17. And there we go. We've got it over the line. Kevin Carlos is going to be coming to Anderlecht. Coming off a great season at FC Basel, he gets to join us on our mercenary mission at Anderlecht. Whenever I need to get a goalkeeper in this challenge, I'm likely going to go for somebody that's extremely old, given we only need them for 1 year. You can get them on cheap deals, like Lars Unestal, who we bring across from Freiburg for £1 million. 79 rated. But we are not even close to done, fellas. Luis Patrice heads to Luton. Alexis Flips joins Valencia. And finally, Mats Ritz is heading to Ghent. Ghent. You know what, fellas? I'm going to sign another one of our former Basel players, Anton Cade, joining us from Anderlecht, £8 million for the right midfielder. And finally, for a new centre midfielder, we're going for Jens Stage from Werder Bremen. Look, I understand some clubs might not like the fact that I'm only there for 1 year, but you cannot deny that I don't leave a club in a bad position. I come in and every starting 11 has got significantly better. There is no exception here at Anderlecht. This Anderlecht starting 11 is so damn solid. And I'm excited for the year ahead. And that is in no large part to the fact that we are in the Champions League. I want to be going to the Champions League every single season from here on in. Of course, the goal is to win it. Do I think we can do it at Anderlecht? Probably not. But I'm glad we at least get the opportunity. Let's see how we go in league phase play and see if a fairy tale run is on the cards. The dream will not be happening this year. No Cinderella run with Anderlecht. We pick up 2 wins, but ultimately finish 26th. So now we just focus on getting ourselves the best job possible for next year. A league title would be brilliant. Second in the regular season. We are loving finishing second or third in this video, aren't we? Can we do something in the playoffs? Ghent, top of the table in Belgium, and it's going to stay that way. They win the league by 4 points. Anderlecht are heading back to the Champions League next year, but that's not going to help us. We do get our first trophy though, a 4-3 thriller against Westerlo. Okay, I think I know why. Laba has taken a lot of game time away and has got 41 goals. I mean, he was meant to be the backup striker, but he got 41 goals. That is incredible. Meanwhile, Kevin Carlos only got 2 starts. What is actually happening there? I thought Kevin Carlos was absolutely going to tear it up this year, but instead, Laba gets 41 goals. I guess it didn't hurt us, but if this was a long-term career mode, that would be brutal. Anton Cade has absolutely tore it up though. Maybe a spot for him wherever we end up next year. Speaking of, let's go find it out. Oh no, these are the teams that we've been offered though. Ghent, Westerlo, Seattle Reign again. They won't leave us alone. Maybe we need to go to the women's side of things to switch things up. Although Portugal have entered the chat. Braga, Sporting. Okay. Oh, Benfica's there as well. Benfica and Porto. And Antwerp. All right, I got a decision. I'm going to go to Portugal. But which club? Sporting look like they are first in the league, so I think it makes sense for us to go there. But both Benfica and Porto have very good sides on paper. But if Sporting is coming first in the league, I think we need to apply there. Let's see if we can get the job at Sporting. Come on, lads. There we go. Off to Sporting we are. This is a nice step. Oh, wait, no. Jose Mourinho. Oh, should I be going for Porto? Nah, I'm a mercenary. I have no loyalty to anybody. If this was a Jose Mourinho career mode, I'd be going to Porto, but I have no loyalty to anybody. We're going to Sporting. Jose Mourinho famously won a Champions League title with FC Porto, and I'm feeling something very similar this year. I think if we play our cards right, we could have a good crack. We've got some really good players. This is the best formation I've been able to put together right now with what we have inherited, but it's time to make our mark. But for me, when it came to what player we wanted to steal from Anderlecht, it was an absolute no-brainer. 83 rated Ukrainian defensive midfielder Vladimir Brazko is joining us at Sporting. We've paid the big bucks for him, but I think he's going to be a huge addition. As always, though, it is time to start cashing in on the lads. Brazilian winger BL heading to Nottingham Forest for 12 mil. For me, though, I want us splashing the cash on a top tier striker. Rafael Nell's good in career mode, but considering we're only here for 1 year, I'm going to sell him in and cash in. I sell him to my favorite club, Fulham FC, for £19 million. But we're not done yet. Nuno Santos to the other club in West London for 13 mil. And finally, Diogo Travasos heads to Sociedad for 10 mil. We're going to have a lot of money to make a big striker upgrade. And that's exactly what we've done. Come on, the biggest signing of this video so far. Our biggest signing as a mercenary manager has just been completed. It is going to be the Canadian superstar Jonathan David joining us at Sporting. He is signed here from Barcelona and he joins us for a mammoth 56 mil. I'm expecting us to score about 1 million goals a season with this attack. It's a pretty damn impressive team. We've inherited a nice team. And again, I said it once, I'll say it again. I'm hopeful we can go on a run Jose Mourinho Porto-esque this year with Sporting. We absolutely stunk it up with Anderlecht in the Champions League last year. I'm hoping for something completely different this year with Sporting. Let's see if we can get out of league phase play. Also, Anderlecht are in the Champions League this year, so I'm going to be monitoring their progress this season. Oh, I think we're into the playoffs by the skin of our teeth. Yep, we are. 23rd. We have just qualified for the next stage of the playoff round, where we're going to be versing Monaco. How did Anderlecht go? Anderlecht, they didn't win they didn't get a single point. Oh, we steal their best player and it cost them. If we want to complete the Mercenary challenge, though, we are going to have to do it the hard way. Playoff round, Edwards in, suspensions in the starting 11. How are we going to go with Sporting at home against Monaco? It is a 1-1 draw as we head to the French municipality. Gessan is back into the starting 11. We are on the road. Full strength starting 11 against Monaco. Playoff round. Are we into the last 16? Yes! We are on a penalty shootout. David saves us twice here. We are heading into the round of 16 with Sporting. Challenge after challenge, though. We are versing AC Milan here in the round of 16. It's never straightforward, though, is it? Brasco is out of this starting 11. He's suspended. Cohen's in. Here we go at home, and we take a 2-0 lead. Gonzalez and Jonathan David 2-0 up as we head to Milan. I cannot lie, lads. I didn't expect us to be in this healthy of a position. 2-0 up as we face AC Milan. Brasco back into the starting 11. You are actually joking. We took the lead. We took the lead 3-0 in the 9th minute and conceded 4 straight goals. We have had one of the biggest bottle jobs in channel history. 4-1 against Milan. Oh my God. That is actually insane. I'm legit in shock. How the hell have we done that? Well, we haven't won the Portuguese league either. We have had a stinker in this video at coming second in everything. At least I assume we came second, because the game's actually glitched out and won't let me check the damn ladder. Come on, man. Debast and David into the starting 11 of the team of the season, but yeah, Benfica dominated this year. And we also lost in the Portuguese Cup. We lost to Vitória in that final. I mean, Jonathan David lived up to his end of the bargain. All of our attack scored goals for fun this year, but somehow it was not enough for us to win the Portuguese league. I'm almost convinced that the Champions League might be the first major trophy we end up winning as a mercenary manager. We're a mercenary and we're not really taking out our targets. Bro, what are these job offers? What are they? They're all in the Portuguese league. We've got Rangers in there. But the rest of them, we've got the Hoffenheim women's team. I thought for sure that we were going to have at least a bigger club. And I don't know if we're even going to be in the Champions League next year with Rangers either. All right, I'm going to apply for the Rangers job, but that is really hurtful. And Rangers don't even want us to be their manager. We've been rejected to become Rangers manager. All right, I'm hoping some other ones have opened up. We got rejected from Rangers. Wow, this is actually brutal. Metz, Vitória, Montpellier, Auxerre. I'm going to apply for FC Nantes. If we don't get this, then we are in massive strife. Bro, what is going on? FC Nantes have rejected us. All right, I'm applying for Club Bruges, but I feel like we're taking some step backs in our career. This is concerning. If we don't get selected here, I might have to go to Hoffenheim's women team. All right, we finally got an offer. You can see the 28th of June. I've left it to the last minute. I've been rejected from so many jobs. We're taking a step back here. AZ Alkmaar in the Netherlands. Need to work on winning ourselves a league title and somehow getting back to Champions League football. I don't know how we've ended up here, but we need an incredible season with AZ. We're nowhere near the biggest club in the Netherlands, but honestly, we need to push for a table so we recapture the imaginations and attention of the bigger European clubs. But with a budget like this, it is going to be tough. And I've had to blow 2/3 of my budget on our signing here, picking up a player from our former club in Sporting. It is the 31-year-old centre-back, Jeremiah St. Just, whatever. We've spent a lot of money on this guy. But he is 80 overall. He will be a marquee signing for for our club. I'm cleaning out just about anybody in our squad that isn't in the starting 11 or isn't in my starting 11 plans that has decent value. Someone like a Zangelo Dahl falls into these plans. And same as Jordan Story, 2.5 mil to send him to Brøndby, 11 mil to send Benjamin Bosch to Hoffenheim. That's going to help. And finally, another massive departure. It is Zico Burmeister heading to Girona. Screw it. I'm going for another one of my former Sporting players that I actually didn't get to use too much last season. It is going to be Marcus Edwards, the English right winger coming to AZ Alkmaar. It's basically a reunion between Parrott and Edwards of former young players from Tottenham. Screw it. I'm going all in on this former Tottenham players angle. Cameron Carter-Vickers is joining us in our defense. We get him on a cut price deal of £11.5 million from Celtic. Look, given the side that we inherited and the budget we inherited, I'm very happy with how this team is heading into this season. Am I pumped about being at this club at this point of the career? Not necessarily. I thought we were going to be in contention for a Champions League this year, but we're here. It's the situation, and I want to make the most of it. Unfortunately, no European football on the horizon, though, given how bad AZ Alkmaar has done last season. So my whole goal is to just dominate the Eredivisie, or at least get as close to domination as I can with AZ Alkmaar and put ourselves in the shop window for a decent move again next year. 1st of January, we are not hurting our chances. We are sitting 3rd in the table, a lot of competition, but let's bring it home strong. We have not necessarily brought it home strong. 5th in the league. I don't know if that's going to turn any eyes. We stuffed ourselves up royally. Parrott's had a good season. Edwards has had a good season. But I'm not, there's nobody in this squad that I'm necessarily too pumped about taking wherever we go next, because I'm hoping it's going to be a club where they won't be a starter. Oh, moment of truth. Okay. France has come up here. PSG have come up here. That has to be priority number 1. RC Lens and Monaco are there as well. A lot of French. Marseille. Okay. We might be in over our head, but I'm applying for the PSG job right now. Please. Come on! We've been accepted. Come on. We're heading to PSG. Oh, that is such a relief. All right, we're back in the picture. I genuinely thought that AZ move was going to delay this goal by another 5 or 6 years. But we're at PSG. We've got an insanely good-looking squad. Let's move to the start of next season and put our touch on it. The pain and sacrifice of last year was worth it. This is what our strongest possible starting 11 looks like here at PSG. And if I'm not going to lie, there is not much work for me to do. I think we could definitely and should definitely win a Champions League title this year. First things first, I'm going for a world-class right back. I'm blowing the majority of our budget on a world-class right back, which we get right here. Jules Koundé is going to join us at PSG. Needed to make a huge signing. We signed him from Barcelona for 75 mil. And our top goal scorer at AZ Alkmaar, Troy Parrott, will be joining us as a backup striker behind Victor Gyökeres. I can't complain about that. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have a team that I think should be winning a Champions League. Let's do it with Jose and the Mercenary squad. Okay, we've got Copenhagen to start things off in September. Bodo Glimt, not a terrible start so far, but I imagine it's going to get tougher. Porto, getting slightly tougher. Rangers, Manchester City, Frankfurt, Galatasaray, and Bayern Munich. So Bayern Munich and Man City, the toughest opponents. I think we obviously should be getting top and automatic qualification, but now we really have no excuse. We've also got to make sure that we do well domestically here. I want to win League One. I want to stay in the category of top tier managers at top tier clubs in case we can't win it this year. I don't want to be dropping back down. I want to jump to another big team. We beat Bayern Munich on the final match day of league phase play, and that is the reason we are automatically skipping the playoff rounds and are into the round of 16. I'm very happy about that. We finished 8th in the Champions League. Porto finished 6th, but I don't care where we finish between 1st and 8th. I'm just happy to be here. I just cannot escape these Portuguese clubs. Benfica is who we face in the Champions League round of 16. A strong first leg is necessary as we travel to Portugal. Come on, PSG. We win it by the skin of our teeth. Bradley Barcola, gragging a base. Can I speak English? Come on, fellas. Finish the job. Second leg for a spot in the quarterfinals. Don't bottle it like we did Milan. We do not. 3-0. O'Reilly with a yellow card, though. I'm hoping there is no suspension coming for him. Okay, Chelsea. It is PSG versus Chelsea. The Thiago Silva derby, I'm going to call it. To be fair, we can call it whatever the bloody hell we want as long as we get the win here. First leg is away at Stamford Bridge. A trip to West London comes away with a win. João Neves, a lot of yellow cards though. O'Reilly played in this one, but I'm not so certain we're going to have a full-strength starting 11 back for the second leg. I just need to keep my mouth closed because I clearly don't know what the hell I'm talking about. We've got a full-strength starting 11. Everybody's here. We have the advantage. Don't stuff it up. We do not stuff it up. I got a little worried there when I saw the scoreline, but it ends up being a comfortable 2-goal advantage. Barkala gets a goal on a yellow card. Gyökeres with a brace, and we are into the semi-finals for this Mercenary challenge. Not the opponent I was expecting. Villarreal, the Yellow Submarine. Who did they beat? They beat Liverpool in the quarterfinals, and they beat Porto in the round of 16. So, okay, PSG versus the Yellow Submarine. This is a great opportunity, but we cannot take them lightly. Strong first leg is going to go a long way. PSG 2-all. Villarreal are here to play. Now we have to travel away to Spain for the second leg with everything hanging in the balance. If we fail the challenge this year because I lost to Villarreal in the semi-finals, I'm going to be genuinely pissed. Semi-finals, second leg, PSG Villarreal. We do it in the 89th minute. Oh my God, what a game that would have been. We took the lead early. Kurtzu gets a red card for Villarreal. They get themselves an equalizer in the 81st, and Ousmane Dembele breaks Villarreal hearts and sends us to the Champions League final with PSG. This Mercenary challenge has been an absolute roller coaster, but we have an opportunity to end it right now. PSG versus Inter Milan in the Champions League final. Full strength starting 11. The Estadio Metropolitano. PSG, our Mercenary squad versus Inter Milan. Can we complete it? Come on. Come on. Come on! We do it. Victor Gyökeres is going to score a brace, and we are going to successfully win a Champions League title by being a Mercenary manager. Oh, what a journey, lads. Taking us all across the world, but we finally get it done in the capital of France. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you click here to subscribe, and make sure you click here to check out another video.